right, hello everyone. So for this video, we're going to be taking 1.7 and dividing it by the number 26. So before we even start, what we want to do is place a decimal up into the answer space right above where it is in the problem. Whenever you're dividing a decimal by a whole number, you want to do that so your decimal is already placed and you don't even have to worry about it the rest of the time that you're dividing. Okay, now just so you know, we are going to be rounding this answer to the nearest tenth. Okay, because this is going to be one of those answers that goes on and on. So we're already going to round it to the nearest tenth. So first of all, 26 does not fit into 1. So I'm going to put a 0 there. 26 does not fit into 17 either. So I'm going to put a 0 there. In order to keep going, I'm going to have to add a 0. Now I need to figure out how many times 17 or 26 goes into 170. So I'm going to go over here, 26 times, and I'm going to figure out, maybe I'll start by, I can either say, well, 26, and if I count by twos to 17 and see how far that gets me, or I can just start with 5 and see how that goes. So I'm going to choose that strategy. So 6 times 5 is 30. So I put a 0 here and a 3 up here. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 would be 13. So I think I could probably fit another 26 or 2 in between, up till to get closer to 170. So I'm going to try 7 just to see where that lands me. Okay, so I'm going to put 7 here. 6 times 7 is 42. So 2 here and 4 here. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 4 would be 18. So again, that's a little too much. I was looking for 170. So this time, I'm going to try 6 and see where that gets me. 6 times 6 is 36, so I'll put a 6 here and a 3 here. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15, so 156. Okay, so that's pretty close. So I'm going to put the 6 here. I'm going to put the 156 here, and then I'm going to subtract that. This will have to become 6 so that this can become 10, making this 4 and this 1. Okay, now I know I couldn't have gotten any closer because the number I got when I subtracted is smaller than the number I'm dividing by. That means I could not have made another group of 26 with what I had left over. So that's as close as I could have gotten. Now, like I said before when we started, that we were going to be rounding to the nearest tenth. Well, if I look at what I have in my answer now, I have a tenth place and a hundredth place. That means I have enough digits already just from doing this division. Oops, my 14 got erased. There we go. To make that answer rounded to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to stop there instead of keeping going on and on. Since I know I'm rounding this to the nearest tenth, I'm going to take this number that I have so far and round it to the nearest tens place. This is the tens place. So if I look next door, that is 5 or more, right? It's greater than 5. So that means this is going to become a 1, and this is going to become a 0, and everything to the left stays the same. So that means my final answer here is 0.1. That is rounded to the nearest tenth.